This is a piece of burlap. It has fibers woven together. This is a fiber, and they are woven or interlaced together to hold it. This is a tapestry needle. This is the eye of the needle. This is the blunt point, and this is the shaft. Needles are only for sewing. We are very careful and respectful with our needles. To thread a needle, you pinch the end of the yarn, push it through the eye, grab it with your fingers, pull it through, and we want to leave a tail. To make a knot, we make a loop, we have an X, we pull the tail through the loop and pull them together to make a knot. With my masking tape, I tear off a piece, I put it on my burlap, I sign my name with the Sharpie so that I know that it is mine. I hold my needle, I pinch it between my thumb and pointer finger, and the other hand holds the burlap. I want to start on the bottom, or the side without my name. I push it up until it stops from the knot. Now I want to move up a little bit and go back down. We're making what's called a running stitch. The other hand grabs the needle and I pull until it stops. There is my first stitch. Now I move over a little bit, poke the needle up, grab it, pull it back down, move over and push the needle down. This is a running stitch. I pull until it stops. I don't want to pull too tight, just so it's enough to make a stitch. Pull the needle up and push it down. This is a running stitch. There are lots of different types of stitches, but this particular one is called a running stitch. Up and down. If you make a mistake, you can unstitch, or you can poke the needle up from the bottom through the hole you just made, pull it back up, and that will take out your stitch. That's called unstitching. It's kind of like erasing the running stitch. So one hand is holding the burlap and one hand is holding the needle, pulling it up and down. Working with yarn and fibers and fabric and sewing can be kind of tricky, so don't get frustrated. You are just learning how to do this, just like everybody. Whoops, I caught the back of my burlap, so I'm going to pull it off of there. That happens sometimes. Holding the burlap, making a running stitch. When I get to the end of the row, I can just go the other direction, or I can cut it off. Let's say I want to start going this way with my running stitch. So I'll take my needle and thread and just work in a different direction. You can sew until you are out of yarn. Just up and down. When you are out of yarn and there is no more yarn left, we can just tape it on the back side, or I can tie a knot for you to secure. I'm going to keep finishing this running stitch. So when you are done with your running stitch, pull out your needle, pull the thread out of the eye. I can tie a knot for you, or you can put a little piece of tape and we can tape it down.